But one of the best things about these expeditions is you never know what to expect. Every trip is an adventure. You don't know what the weather is, the sharks, where the sharks will even be. So it's a surprise anytime something fantastic happens, and it usually does. Yeah, a lot of things about these expeditions is it's a little bit like the Jaws script, where you don't actually get to see the shark until about halfway through the Jaws movie. And that's the same here. The anticipation, the build is a wonderful thing. And then, amazingly enough, when people do see the first sharks, there's often silence. They can't even put into words what they're feeling. It's just, especially if it's a big shark, and it takes a few more seconds before the woes and the awesomes come through.
Well, I was expecting things I couldn't control. Adrenaline, immediate raising of the heart rate. That's what I was expecting. And just to sit there and casually watch it come into view, circle around and just glide off again. It's like a dream state. It really is. It's mythological because you're just watching it almost detached in the cage. So it's just a magnificent creature. And there might have been a bit of excitement, but no fear, which I thought you just wouldn't be able to control.
Being an apex predator in their environment, I think they're very unique. They don't gather in groups, except they're finding some exceptions to that. So to find more than one in a spot is really, really cool, because you just don't see that.
I was expecting there to be a rush of adrenaline because the great white was coming towards us. But all you could do is just watch and see how easily it was moving through the water, and just graceful moves and completely detached from us. But looking interesting, but interested but not interested. It was more just grace and power rather than fear. I think its presence commands respect. It doesn't demand it itself by its actions, but just by its physical nature.
They're such a powerful animal, and the way they move so gracefully through the water, and it's not something that you see every day. And it's not something that some people ever see in their lifetime. And so when you see that and that power and that grace moving through the water with no effort at all, and just the sheer power of them is enormous. Something like the anticipation of a birthday party or a present being given, and then it's even better than you expected. And it just tops all of your expectations.
Just remember this and never forget it. Everything in the ocean is free for the taking. You don't have to grow it. You don't have to care for it. You just harvest. And you can't do that indefinitely.
Well, if I was a shark in the water today, I would have probably a very different answer to a shark that I would have met elsewhere. So if I were a shark in the water today that we saw, I would have describe myself as a powerful, majestic top predator.
I would have to say that life is pretty tough as a shark. We're pretty choosy in what we need to eat, where if we would compare ourselves with humans, they can kind of happy eating anything. Have very, very few relatives because we breed so there's a long time between breeding. And also, of course, as we all know, that we're hunted a lot for our fins, and only our fins. Give us our chance in the ocean. Give us our space, let us be.
I think it would be weird to see other animals putting themselves in cage, like the opposite of a zoo. I would be probably laughing at them if I was a shark. Well, the advice I would give if I was a shark is go out of the cage and just open the cage. And so the shark is a predator, so if you behave like a prey, it treats you like a prey. If you behave like a predator, which means you're not scared of him, you'll be fine.
Asia is probably the worst. They eat everything out of the ocean and they just keep taking. They don't put aside areas to be protected, to be untouched. They don't have a marine national park where the animals can live, love and breed in peace. At least we in Australia and other Western countries do try.
A completely different perspective on 1 minute we're looking at predators renowned for being dangerous and scary and the top of the food chain, and the next minute again with a living creature that is showing love and affection and playfulness, and again with my newfound friends, and this time in something that's a little bit comfortable for me with having the goggles and a snorkel. It was a much more relaxed situation, just fun, let your hair down if I had some, but whereas the other one's a little bit intimidating with the great whites, but both together, wow. Oh my God. First of all, appearance, cute and cuddly, and then the expression and the intuitive nature of them to come up, observe. I think they're as fascinated with us as we are of them, but just to come face to face, they're looking at you so close and you just want to cuddle them. That's it. But just the loving playfulness of them, I think, is amazing, because you can't say that about too many creatures in the world. They're all a bit protective or after prey or whatever. So yeah, it was completely different and amazing.
curious, fun. You know, that's what they delivered. I was not expecting them to be so playful straight away. Like off the bat, straight away, right up to you, swimming around, teasing you, smiling, laughing. So much fun, so much fun. Yeah, so I think I went in there thinking, I'll see some seals, and came out playing with them. Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's a completely different world, and I think that, for people who love the ocean, it makes up part of them. And I think that's what it is. So the second, like whenever my head goes underwater, I feel like I'm home, I'm relaxed, there's nothing else like it, and I think that that's what happens with a lot of other people. Second their head's under, you're not thinking about your day-to-day life, you're not thinking about the bills you've got to pay or the emails you've got to send, literally nothing, you're just living in the moment, and that's really hard to find nowadays. So I think a lot of people are turning to the ocean more and more, and that's what makes people smile. They're actually connected to that moment, and they're living in the moment.
And this has been one of the battles of my life. They have very small places. There's 1,000 square kilometres of water, and I asked for 4 square kilometres to be put aside. You'd think I was asking for a bag of cut diamonds.
On every tour, we like to catalogue the sharks and photo index them and tag them and work in with, collaborate with scientists. But the Explorers Club have got a lot of really interesting people that take that to an extra level, and we're looking forward to identifying the new sharks that we have, tagging a couple of the new ones that we've seen, to give us a really good understanding of how the sharks work around the Neptunes, and we're keen to make sure that we don't have a negative impact on those sharks. And I know that the members of the Explorers Club are very keen to know that knowledge as well. They're probably in line with our mission statement is to conserve and educate and do research with great white sharks, so it's a really nice fit on this tour. We get the explorers have done a lot of wonderful things. Each of them are interesting people, but it's they're having a lot of fun. But at the end, they want to analyse all the sharks that they've seen a little bit deeper, and we looking at a way that we can look at the features of each great white shark and look at the different personalities of each great white shark. And even that behaviour is very interesting to people on board. So it's a great platform here we have to get an understanding of this still very much misunderstood animal. It's really important that people get that first level contact. It's one thing seeing pictures or documentaries, but to really love that animal and want to protect it and understand it more, getting more people to see them, face to face, fin to fin, as you say, is the best way to go about that.
I think it's different for everybody, but mostly when people get under there, they're excited to see what they're seeing. And after you go down a couple of times, you make a list of what you want, the things you want to see. Great whites were something I wanted to see for years and years. Don't know why. I think it's human nature, just wanting to see them again and again and again. They're very intelligent animals, and you can see that as they go by and you look at them. You can tell they're very intelligent animals. Peter Benchley has said for years that Jaws was the worst thing he ever did, because they're not like that at all.
I think it's exciting but apprehensive. Every time you go out, you explore something new. You don't know what you're going to come across. To be with those sharks is great, but to be with humpbacks is great. Turtles, mantas, that's exploration. Their perception going in is that they will be excited, they will be stimulated, they will be scared. But when they come out, they're none of those things. It's surreal. It's like they're watching a movie, but they're a part of it. It's a feeling you can't get anywhere else. You're in a protected environment being a cage. So I think part of your brain just says it's okay, relax, enjoy it. There's no adrenaline rush. It's just you're part of the ocean with them.
They're so misunderstood, I think. Everybody thinks a shark is just a set of teeth and comes chasing towards you, especially, some of the Shark Week programs. They just want the excitement of seeing sharks' teeth come on the screen, and it's just not like that. The sharks, they gain my respect. That's why I love them so much. I just love seeing people enjoy the ocean, not only the ocean, but the sharks here, and it will give sharks a better chance. Plus, this is the only boat in the world that goes to the bottom of the ocean. And to me, that is where you see how a great white behaves normally. It's not what I call the Kodak moment in the surface cage. Some of the day boats have to, 40 minutes out there, 40 passengers, they have to get the shot for the shark to come in. Where here you don't have to do that. You're in the bottom of the ocean cruising with sharks and see them in their natural habitat.
A great white shark to me is a machine. It's majestic, it's graceful, it's gentle. It comes up, it's inquisitive, and they're just beautiful.